Blackhead prevention begins with patience, not pressure. Blackheads form when oil, dead skin cells, and tiny bits of everyday debris collect inside a pore and the top of that plug darkens after exposure to air. They are not a sign that someone is dirty, and they usually do not improve when the skin is scrubbed harshly. In many cases, rough treatment only leaves the skin more irritated, more reactive, and harder to manage. A calm routine usually works better than an aggressive one. Wash the face gently in the morning and again at night with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water. Avoid very hot water, rough scrubs, harsh brushes, and the urge to attack the skin as if it were a stain that can be polished away. If makeup, sunscreen, sweat, or daily buildup is still on the skin at the end of the day, remove it properly before bed. Lightweight, water-based, or non-comedogenic products are often a better choice for skin that clogs easily, especially around the nose, chin, forehead, and jawline. Moisturizer still matters, even when skin feels oily, because skin that feels stripped and uncomfortable can become more reactive. If the skin tolerates it, salicylic acid may help loosen clogged material inside pores, and adapalene may help keep pores from becoming blocked over time. The important thing is to start slowly and stay steady instead of trying too much too fast. Squeezing blackheads with fingernails or tools may feel productive for a moment, but it often leads to irritation, lingering marks, and a cycle of touching the face that creates more trouble than progress. Hair oils, pomades, and heavy styling products can also quietly contribute to clogged pores around the forehead and temples, so it helps to keep those products away from facial skin whenever possible. Pillowcases, hats, and phone screens do not need to become a source of anxiety, but keeping them reasonably clean supports a better environment for the skin. Prevention is not about perfection. It is about making pores less likely to clog, keeping the skin barrier calmer, and choosing a routine gentle enough to keep doing for months. And now, with that practical skin advice folded away neatly like a clean towel in a bathroom cabinet, let us step into the longer, warmer, and much more cheerful part of the afternoon, where instead of cleansers, cotton pads, and magnifying mirrors, we find ourselves in a small American town full of folding chairs, church coffee, raffle slips, pie tins, cheerful confusion, and one retired gentleman who accidentally becomes the center of the funniest misunderstanding the county fair has seen in years. In the town of Laurel Brook, Virginia, 75-year-old Norman Huxley believed there were 4 foundations of a civilized life: strong coffee, accurate clocks, labeled leftovers, and the right to decline any activity involving matching tablecloths. Norman had retired from the county tax records office after 44 years of forms, stamps, ledgers, and the exhausting work of explaining to otherwise decent people that missing paperwork did not become less missing simply because they had a strong emotional response to it. He liked order, he liked quiet, he liked porches that stayed swept and garages where every screwdriver respected its assigned hook. He lived alone in a pale brick house with a white porch swing, a trimmed hedge, and a detached garage so organized that neighborhood children once peered in through the side door and asked whether the tools had curfews. His wife, Helen, had died 6 years earlier. Since then, Norman had built his days carefully, almost architecturally, so that every hour knew exactly where to stand. Coffee at 6, newspaper at 6:15, breakfast at 7, a walk at 8 if the weather was not feeling dramatic, lunch at noon, a nap at 1:30, which he referred to as horizontal reason, supper at 5:30, dishes at 6, porch by 6:30, bed by 10. It was a manageable life, quiet, respectable, predictable. Yet some evenings, especially in late autumn when the light thinned early, and the rooms seemed larger than they should have been, the quiet lingered with a little too much confidence. The person most likely to disturb that careful calm was his neighbor, Dolores Finch. Dolores was 72, cheerful, quick-moving, and filled with the kind of volunteer energy that made sensible people suddenly remember they had left the stove on. She wore bright cardigans, practical shoes, and reading glasses on a gold chain that made her look permanently prepared to relabel a dessert table, rescue a raffle, and draft 3 volunteers before anyone else had found the tape. She chaired the church fellowship board, helped run the library book fair, organized the winter blanket drive, and believed with radiant sincerity that every retired adult in Laurel Brook had a hidden gift for community participation, especially the ones visibly trying to avoid it. On a windy Thursday morning in November, Norman was sitting on his porch with coffee and half a slice of cinnamon loaf when Dolores came up the walkway carrying a casserole dish and a thick orange folder. Norman took one look and said, "No." Dolores stopped at the steps. "You haven't even heard the request. You have paperwork. I also have chicken tetrazzini. That makes it worse." "That means I came prepared." "For what?" "For resistance." Norman leaned back in his chair. "Then at least one of us entered this honestly." Dolores climbed the steps anyway, set the casserole on the table, and sat down without invitation. "The county harvest fair has a problem," she said. Norman closed his eyes for one brief second. The county harvest fair was the annual community event involving church ladies, pie judging, raffle baskets, folding chairs, handcraft booths, suspicious casseroles, and enough decorative burlap to cover a small barn. "What sort of problem?" he asked. The announcer canceled. "Why?" "His daughter invited him to Richmond." "That sounds legitimate." He also said he was not really a microphone person. Norman nodded. "That sounds wise." Dolores ignored him. "So naturally I thought of you." "Why would you do that?" "Because you speak clearly, people trust you, and you are funny." He stared at her. "I am not funny." "You are after 70, dry counts. I worked in tax records." "You spent 40 years explaining unpleasant reality to stubborn adults." "That is basically crowd work." "That is not crowd work. That is clerical endurance. You do not need to perform. Just welcome people, introduce the pie contest, announce the raffle baskets, and keep the afternoon moving." "That sounds like work with a microphone." "That sounds like community." "That sounds like baked goods with bureaucracy." She smiled. "You'll be good. I'll be reluctant." "That is not a talent." "It should be." She tapped the folder. "I may already have written your name in pencil." Norman looked at the casserole. "You volunteered me before asking?" "In pencil," she said. "I'm not reckless." "No," he replied. "Just efficient in a way that weakens democracy." "The fair is Saturday at 1. And if I refuse, I'll tell people you were intimidated by a microphone and decorative pumpkins." "Those are not equal threats. Together they are a convincing story." So that was how Norman Huxley, retired records clerk and defender of quiet Saturdays, became the emergency announcer of the Laurel Brook County Harvest Fair. For the next 2 days, Norman prepared as if he were mediating a treaty between hostile pie districts. He found his brown blazer, the one reserved for funerals, anniversaries, and restaurants where napkins arrived folded like architecture. He polished his loafers. He wrote note cards. Then he rewrote them. Then he made backup note cards because the first set looked, in his opinion, too optimistic to survive public use. On Friday morning, his daughter, Claire, called from Charlotte. "Dad," Dolores told Mrs. Harmon. Mrs. Harmon told Aunt Jean, and Aunt Jean told me you're hosting the county fair. Dolores should not have access to communications infrastructure, Norman said. Claire laughed. "You'll do great. I have 6 note cards. That means you care. I have backup note cards. That means you are still exactly yourself." I also practiced pronouncing the fiddler's last name. That means you're prepared. He practiced in the hallway mirror. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Laurel Brook County Harvest Fair. Too stiff. Hello, friends. Too sentimental. It's wonderful to see you all. Unverified and therefore irresponsible. By the fourth attempt, he had thanked the umbrella stand, nodded at the thermostat, and introduced himself twice to the coat rack. At that point, he decided rehearsal had become morally embarrassing. Saturday arrived clear and bright. The fair filled the church fellowship hall, the adjacent lawn, and half the gravel parking area. Orange tablecloths covered folding tables. Mason jars held battery candles and fake leaves. Wooden signs pointed toward PIE contest, silent auction, raffle, and apple sitter, in lettering so decorative it bordered on forgery. The dessert tables sagged under cakes, bars, pies, cookies, puddings, and one coconut cake so tall it looked capable of independent government. The room filled early. Retirees in cardigans and sport coats settled into chairs with paper cups and immediate opinions. Two widowers near the coffee urn were discussing knee surgery as if preparing a weather report. Three women near the pie table had already begun silently ranking the crusts. Dolores met Norman at the entrance. "You're late. I'm 8 minutes early." "That's socially late. That is mathematically false." "You look distinguished." "You look operational." "That's because I'm prepared." "That is what worries me." She handed him the microphone and a card. "Welcome pie judging, refreshment break, talent corner, raffle drawing, closing." He looked down. "What is talent corner?" "A little fun." That phrase should require legal oversight. Then she vanished. Norman stepped to the front. The microphone squealed sharply. Half the room jumped. "Well," he said, "that certainly reduced the need for a subtle opening." The room laughed. "Interesting," he thought. He adjusted the microphone. "Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Laurel Brook County Harvest Fair, the only event in town where you can buy baked goods, win preserves, and silently judge decorative scarecrows without consequences." The laughter came warm and immediate. "My name is Norman Huxley, and I'm your announcer this afternoon because the original announcer received a stronger competing offer involving family, travel, and what I can only assume is a healthier relationship with microphones." That landed beautifully. The pie judging began first. 7 pies sat on the front table with numbers attached to toothpicks. Apple, pecan, blueberry, cherry, pumpkin, lemon chess, and coconut cream. The judges leaned in with the solemn intensity of people deciding border disputes. Norman read the rules. "Please remember that pie judging is based on crust, filling, texture, appearance, and overall excellence, not on whether your cousin made it or whether you personally respect cinnamon." The room laughed. A woman in row 2 raised her hand. "Can attitude count?" Norman looked at the pies. If it could, number 4 would already be winning. More laughter. The judging proceeded with surprising seriousness until judge number 2, a retired dentist named Mr. Beck, quietly placed his fork down and said, "Where is pie number 6? Heads turned. Pie number 6, the lemon chess, was gone. There was one perfect beat of silence. Then someone from the back shouted, "Who moved the lemon pie?" Another said, "It was right there." A third said, "I knew we needed a better table layout." Norman felt a familiar cold sensation move through him. He stepped to the microphone. "Ladies and gentlemen, let us remain calm. We are discussing dessert, not state secrets." The room laughed nervously, which meant panic had not fully matured. Then Mrs. Caroline Dobbins, age 78 and known for both floral scarves and absolute sincerity, rose from the second row with a pie plate in her hands. "I have it," she said. Every head turned. Norman blinked. Mrs. Dobbins, why are you holding the lemon chess pie? She looked surprised by the question. Because it was alone. The room froze, then erupted. One of the judges put down her fork and said, "You removed a judged pie from the table."